Dear Ann Landis, my husband
Dear
and I
Abby,
are in shock.
I'm extremely
We've been
upset.
for over 30 years.
My son got married in
Dear
April.
Ann Landis.
We were very
I
happy.
thought
Dear
she
Abby,
said
his wife
I
is welcome.
never
I've seen a woman, Dear Abby.
She thinks way too much of herself.
Abby.
She had to get married.
Dear Pod. What we're going to do is report news to you 2 weeks after it happens.
That's fine.
Because it works for us.
All I know is if we're going to start talking about Wicked,
Yeah.
the movie that I think every husband has said, I'm leaving you for, if Jonathan Bailey called up and said, will you marry me? This man will be in traction for decades.
I swear to God.
And that's fine. I'm sure he'll pick Marcus anyway. Okay. Everybody does.
Well, no
Everybody
offense.
does.
He looks like Jake Gyllenhaal, according to that waiter.
Okay, great.
I know. And good for him.
And I look like my 5th grade science teacher, Mrs. Bobby.
And I look like my 8th grade Spanish teacher, Mrs. Bornstein, the one who wore blue cat eye shadow.
As she should.
Good for her.
Good
you
for
know?
her. Good
Good
for
for her. Okay, so let's go in. I know that we're a little bit late to the game on this.
I have not seen it, so
Okay.
I don't spoil it.
No spoilers. You're going to be that person. If you don't know how it ends by now, if you don't know the GD Wizard of Oz, the goddamn Wizard of Oz. By the way, that's my impression of Katie Couric. She was... You know things are bad if Katie Couric is doing a post game on the election and she's talking to Jen Psaki and she says about Kamala, why couldn't she just answer the goddamn questions? Answer the goddamn questions. I was like, this is the most amazing.
Was this coming from
angry
her
chipmunk.
East Hampton compound?
Yeah, she was
Like
like,
a real hard-hitting journalist?
I am in one of my 12 houses, and why couldn't she answer the goddamn questions?
I feel like you're doing an impression of Carrie Strug doing an impression of
Katie Couric,
Katie Couric.
which ultimately just becomes Katie Couric.
right.
It's like a cartoon squirrel is a journalist.
So one of the oh no, that's Chipmunk.
Oh, 'tis the season. Mm-hmm. I hate that song so much. We're just gonna put a pin in that stupid chipmunk
I
song
hear
for
you.
now.
I also don't understand how big that house is for the Chipettes compared to the Chipmunks who live in a giant house. Everything is sized appropriately. Then you go inside the Chipettes. It's still the same size, but we're in a tree.
You know why? Because they're women.
Right? Okay.
I know. We're less. We get less. 77% less
Even as
home.
chipmunks.
Even as chipmunks, there is no equality.
But yet they have a house mother. So this woman lives as an adult size in a tree.
I'm going to trust you on this because I don't actually know what you're talking about because I hated the chipmunks as a kid.
Maybe we should just get back to
Okay,
Wicked.
get
then.
back to Wicked. So
If Wicked were done all with chipmunks,
let's just say the press tour would be a little bit shorter. The press
people
tour,
wouldn't have the patience for it.
whoever, you know
Someone
what?
feed the chipmunks and get them the fuck out of here.
Whoever is doing press for Wicked is also like the press person for Shen Yun.
Yes.
Like we're seeing too much of everything all the time. Like I get it. You're a communist dance party.
Yeah. It's
Whatever.
interview Tai Chi.
It is aggressive.
Yeah.
But however, gay Twitter was lit afire this past week because of one specific interview with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, which is a fever dream. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. We're going to see if Jules can play it for you right now. But in the meantime, I just want to revisit it for our own selves, if you don't mind. And we can break it down. It's that Twitter lit this thing up, and it's a clip of the two of them getting interviewed. Nobody knows what the hell is even going on. It's almost like they're speaking Greek. It starts with Ariana Grande hold that up for one center camera, holding her finger like this, while Cynthia Erivo has some sort of emotional moment that involves her
You know what?
almost taking credit for the lyrics of Defying Gravity.
Maybe what she's doing is she's doing like pressure points and
Oh,
She's
so she's
calming
like
her down.
relaxing her spleen
calm down, girl.
by squeezing
calm
that.
down.
Also, these gals and their press-ons are very impressive nails.
Yes. And I feel like every interview, Ariana's voice is going to get so high that there'll just be a ton of dogs outside the theater.
Her and Katie Couric.
Yeah.
Wait, Ariana Grande being interviewed by Katie Couric, right?
I can't even do it because my voice is too low right now.
I just want to know, how long did it take you to get into costume? I said, why don't you just answer the goddamn question?
Again, air releasing from
Oh my God.
a balloon.
It's amazing. It's the most amazing, bizarre press tour I have ever. I mean, it's been going on since COVID.
But they also are not unlikable. So we're still watching it, and I'm still going to watch every single because each one, it's like the reveal in one of those home improvement shows where everyone is just stunned to
Like
death.
it's moss on the walls, but I still want to see how people are going to react
Yes.
to it. But gay Twitter went crazy, and then everybody got in on it. Can I play the clip?
You ready?
Ready.
I'll do it.
Play it.
This week, people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it on a couple posts. I don't know how widespread, but I am in queer media, so
Yeah.
that's my,
That's really cool.
Yeah. I've seen this week.
Okay, there's so much to unpack. In
I just
this.
found I just found it funny when she's like, I didn't know people were doing that.
No, but she was reacting like she had written the lyrics, which is one Twitter. I have to quote the Twitter. I can't tell what my favorite part of this video is: the solemnity in announcing that people have been, quote, holding space for the lyrics of a 20-year-old song, Cynthia acting like she personally wrote it, Ariana holding onto Cynthia's index finger, or the reveal of a couple of posts, which is, to me, one of the highlights of that. Like, just, it's
seen a handful
taking
of
over.
them.
I've seen a couple of posts. They're holding space for it.
I didn't know that was happening.
And people went crazy, and then the Empire State Building got in on it. Have you seen some of these?
No.
Oh my God. I sent you some of them, but some of them are hilarious. I can't stop looking at people reacting to this. Like, tried to explain this video on a work call this morning and sounded clinically insane. The Empire State Building tweeted, the 103rd floor of the Empire State Building was originally built to hold space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. People have latched on to this thing, and I am here for it.
Again, I still will watch each one to see what weird, fucked up Main Street USA costume that they're wearing
Oh
on
my
acid.
God.
B, for them to be overwhelmed with emotion when they're like, I didn't know it was going to be sunny today.
And then they have to hold on to each other for. Okay, wait. Let's just hold space for each other.
This
for a
is
minute.
like if the end of Death Becomes Her were actually very sweet. Because this is them traveling this fucking world, holding space
Together.
for one another,
Yes.
taking like painting each other for eternity.
I can't handle it, and yet I am here for every second of it. My favorite tweet was, whoever is standing in line to hold space for Defying Gravity, please stay in line. There's so much out there you have to get on Twitter. Gay Twitter is a fire. I hope they don't leave for whatever this new blue sky thing is, because this has lit up my week.
Blue sky.
There's like a new fake Twitter. I don't know. It's like Threads, when Threads tried to become a thing.
It's not a thing.
Let's just go back to Friendster. Let's have one thing and be done with it. Like, let's not have multiple ways to pay people also. I'm getting paid on all sorts of weird different platforms. They're like, it starts with PayPal, then it goes to Venmo. And now it's like, Mimeo, and like, your mom's vagina. And they're like, there's too many.
No one pays me through that.
You'd be surprised.
No. Yes, I would.
We'll call my mother today.
But I don't
she'll
want that
tell you.
money.
Yeah, it's going to be one of like those dollar guns
Yeah.
that they shoot at you, like a Knicks game or something.
I don't know. I'm assuming
I
that's
don't
what
understand.
happens. I don't know.
Aside from Wicked, how has your week been?
I guess it's fine. We're heading into the holiday season.
We sure are, aren't we? Well,
Full on.
I'm fine.
That looks great.
I'm fine.
That looks great. It looks like you had a fire in your garage.
It is.
Which is-
Originally, I had purchased this shirt for Halloween on, wait for it, Instagram.
Oh.
So what could possibly go wrong, right?
You just got it.
You're telling me it's the beginning now. It's the end of November. We're recording this. This will air in the beginning of December. It's never a good sign when you get an update for an item that you bought and it said left its facility in Venice, Italy.
No.
Unless it's Gucci, not happening.
No.
And I got that message on like October 30th. And then it's also never a good thing if you get an email saying it's held up in customs. We're having a problem with it. Probably because it looks like it's covered in blood.
I think what everyone needs to do is check where it's coming from before these little Instagram things.
Why? And the best part was I paid expedited shipping.
No, you didn't.
Expedited shipping. Ordered it in the middle of October. It is now the end of November. And I figured it's the perfect thing for me to wear for the birthday episode.
That's great.
Because it's my birthday. And you know what? I'm fine.
It seems like it.
I'm fine. I'm holding space for my birthday. Ew! Don't ever touch the tip of my face.
Didn't know that.
I was a sweet
You
target.
okay?
I can't have people touch the tips of my finger.
I
I can't. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm hot. It triggered me. I'm triggered.
Oh, God.
I didn't know that was happening.
Are you on a press tour?
I'm in queer media.
I wish we weren't in the basement so I could throw myself out a window.
How are we not in queer media? In a
I don't
way.
know.
We're in queer media.
I'd
It's
like to
here
be in
right
some
now.
sort of media to
Yes.
get me out of my job.
So, well,
We're doing
I
it.
was about to say we're working on it, but that's been for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
I'm holding space from
I'm
your
fine.
job.
I'm holding space for this shirt. It's the birthday episode. I'm feeling good.
You look fine.
I look bloody.
You look
I feel
fine.
dangerous. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why, just answer the goddamn question.
Does she have a show?
Katie Couric? I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think she just floats around now on other people's shows. But she's so small. She's like Joel Grey. You could just keep her in your pocket.
Was she ever like a hard-hitting journalist?
I severely doubt it. I think that at one point she was more substantial than she is now. But I don't know. How
She did
seriously
the
can you
morning
take...
stuff, am I right?
They didn't like send her to go meet with Putin or anything, did they?
I don't know.
Hi, Putin.
No.
Hi, that's fine. I don't need a chair. Just a high chair will be fine. Just answer the goddamn questions.
So I guess she didn't vote for her.
I don't know. We could ask her. Let's tweet at her.
I'm
Let's
okay.
Let's get gay Twitter on it,
I don't want to.
and we'll find out.
I don't think I want to do that.
It's fine.
Look, there's a lot going on out there in the world right now. Also, speaking of Wicked, so I saw the movie, yes, and I highly endorse. Very entertaining.
Where'd you see it?
I saw it by myself.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't supposed to see it by myself. But McGee husband went off on his own. And the worst part was I tried to flush him out through a text with you, and I'm sorry to bring you into this.
No, that's
But I had a
great.
feeling. I told him, I was like, don't see it, because Monday's the day off. We'll go and see it together.
Uh-huh.
And then I called him. He didn't answer. Now that happens a lot. He
Yeah,
sends me,
'cause he
but
doesn't
he
wanna talk
sends
to
me
you.
to voicemail, and that's the part where I go,
There's another woman.
there's multiple. There's 2 other women, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo,
Okay.
and an assortment of gay men. And
Wow.
I called him, goes to voicemail. I texted him. I see he's read it, which is dangerous with the text when you see that somebody's read it.
Yeah.
How do you
'cause
undo
just
whatever that
you just
is?
start burning all of his clothes at
Yeah,
that point.
already I'm done. And I called him again, went to voicemail again, and then I sent that group text to try to flush him out. And I said, I have a feeling he is seeing this right now. Finally get in touch with him 2 hours later, and he's like,
Uh-oh. Zippers down.
Answer the goddamn question. Did you see Wicked or not?
he was like, I went to go see Gladiator 2. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, and I walked into Wicked. I was like, oh, you're a son of a bee. So I went to go see it alone.
There's a sequel to Gladiator?
I didn't know this. I didn't know.
even
Nobody's
see the
paying
first
attention to it.
No.
No. God help
These
any
guys
other
have
movie.
worked out with an inch of their life, and everyone's going to go see the big gay movie.
And they're like, wait, you're going to release this when?
No.
No, you can't do that. I got a trainer.
You can't compete. You can't gay compete.
I'm on Wegovy. You can't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. You can't gay Pete. Exactly. I worked so hard for this. So also, it's one of those creepy things where it was so sold out that I got like the last ticket. And now I'm sitting with a bunch of teenage girls. So it looks like I'm their aunt.
I'd rather hang myself.
Or I've brought them with me.
No.
And that's exactly what happened when I saw Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour in movie theaters. Don't judge me. I got a ticket alone.
I don't think I can judge anybody for that, because if I do, then someone's going to attack me like they did with the hoof guy.
You know how I feel. Don't cross a Swiftie. I do not know
I
why we're
didn't.
not mobilizing them. I don't know why they're not in the army. If you told a Swiftie that Putin hated the new album, he'd be dead in a day.
Probably.
And it's just a missed opportunity. But when I went to go see it in the movie theater, I was like, oh my, I had to go see it. I wanted to see what it was all about. It was 3 hours long.
Which movie are we on right now?
The Eras Tour.
Oh, no.
But so
that's a
now
lot.
I'm surrounded by a bunch of tweens that are like jumping in the aisles. And now I'm alone and now I'm creepy. And so I just like took out a pad and pretended I was a reviewer.
Oh, wow. You really
Yeah,
did
I really committed.
like a scene study here.
Yes.
Okay.
And they were like, well, who's going to be reviewing it in New Jersey? I was like, she did a wonderful job with her many numbers. I enjoyed the costume changes. I could really tap my feet to it.
Send.
And that was, look, I saw I'm around all these like tweens for Wicked. Nobody sang though, which is a good thing.
I don't think I could handle that.
They
I
have
just-
sing-along movies. Like
Who does?
specific movies that you can go and sing along with Wicked.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to say like Grease. You know, when you go to like a viewing of Grease and everyone sings.
Oh, not like yes, but like
That's the point of it. It's
yes.
not like, oh, let's all just shut the fuck up and watch Grease.
There is a
which
point
is pretty
of-
good on its own without your horrible voice.
we don't need your help. Olivia Newton-John has got
She nailed
hopelessly
it.
devoted. She
Yeah.
nailed it.
I don't
Who
need
cares
to-
if she's 85?
She's no longer with us, but
I know, but she was 85 when she filmed. Everybody was.
oh, when she filmed the movie,
Stockard Channing was in hospice
she was.
when she filmed that
Yeah.
movie. And but they have specific sing-along movies that you can go to.
For Wicked.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
I
an
would
investment
kill
of time.
myself. I would walk into traffic.
It's like surround sound karaoke,
Oh,
which I'm okay with passing on that.
can you picture all the girls trying to do Glinda?
Of course they were. And then there's like the group of outsiders that all want to be Alphaba, which really aren't outsiders. They're just pretending that they are to make themselves feel deep.
Exactly.
I get it.
Emo.
I get it.
Wicked, baby.
Would you ever audition for Wicked? Have you?
No, they wouldn't have me.
Oh, that's great.
So there's that. And I definitely was like, well, I guess I got to age into my memorable years.
Who definitely owns like a high-end like bar somewhere in Oz.
Also, Michelle Yeoh, is that her name?
I think so, yeah.
I think. She's a gorgeous.
Yeah.
The costumes in this, I do want to wear everything, and it's great that they got to wear everything on the press tour. At one point, Ariana Grande was wearing like a chest plate.
Saw
It was-
that.
Yes, look.
And
the
Cynthia
costumes were
Erivo either
amazing.
has like a satellite dish for a hat or a tiny little like Smokey the Bear hat.
Or a third leg. Did you see? There's
Yes.
like one outfit that she has where like nobody can get near her in the press tour. Like the step and repeats are a real pain. I don't know how she can turn around on that carpet.
Don't ask her to.
Don't, because she has a third leg.
She won't.
It just props her up. She can just rest on it. Well, we're getting the finger. You know what that means. I think it's time, everybody. We're getting.
Thank you.
I'm holding space for you.
Thank you.
Are you ready to be held? Because it's time. It's time to welcome everybody. Welcome to Dear Pod, the comedy advice podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Goldblum,
And I'm Judy Garland.
and we're coming to you from the Maha Aba on the beautiful Pineapple Ranch. Can I hear it?
Boo! You suck!
Happy Wicked.
And this week, like all weeks, we are bringing you the advice articles of Ann Landis and Dear Abby. We're holding our index fingers out, and we're holding space for them, and we're going
Pulling
on
it
an
ever so
endless.
gently.
And when we're pulling it, ready, and then we're
Oh, there we go.
That's right. We're releasing, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
I just
released.
released.
The movie's been released. Everybody's releasing
I just
right
got
now.
released.
Just full release. So I think you know what that means. You need to follow us on your social medias for full release. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
What kind of followers are we going to get when I do that?
You did it. You did it to yourself.
Whatever. If it gets us views, I don't care. At Dear Pod Official on your Insta, your face, at Dear Pod on the TikTok. Find us on YouTube at Dear Pod Official on your YouTube if you're not watching us right now. And if you are watching us right now, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. Hold space for us. Hold our little fingers and bring us more subscribers, more followers. And also, if you're listening to us right now on your Apple Podcast, please rate, review, subscribe. I'm in queer media. I didn't even know that was happening. There's so many feelings.
Answer the goddamn question.
And answer us on all your Dear Pods. Finally, most importantly, follow us. Find us on your Patreon. Patreon.com/DearPodOfficial, where for a mere $5 a month, you can become a subscriber and get extra special tidbits in your inbox every week, like people pulling fingers and stuff.
And we're here. We're here for it. We'll take your money and we'll give you tidbits in return.
One of those
I didn't
things.
know they were doing that.
I didn't know. I didn't know we were doing tidbits. Are we?
Wait.
Yeah.
I like
Do
every
you
interview
feel-
that they cry. And
Every
each time it's
interview.
like they're like, it's almost like when you have heartburn and you're like, you're just waiting for it to pass. That's what they're trying not to cry, but each time it looks like they have a case of really bad heartburn.
Also, every interview feels like somebody's giving them a piece of information that they have never, ever received before, despite the fact that all of these press junkets are well rehearsed. And here's what the following things that people are going to say to you. But it's almost like they sit down with them and they were like, did you know that you were adopted?
Mary, did you know that your
you
baby
know?
born?
'Tis the season, baby. And did you know that if you join Patreon, you can get a special shout on your birthday? A shout out on your birthday. God damn it, this vodka's working. I just want to say a shout out on your birthday. But this week, I'm holding space. There's only one shout out for a birthday this week, and that's for me. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is my birthday episode. It's dropping on the 5th. My birthday's on the 3rd. Please join Patreon. I want your money. I want your subscribers. But I'm fine. It's
Looks
my
it.
birthday. I'm
Looks
fine. So I'm 28 this week, and I just want shut up. Thank God he was
I'll move
drinking
away from the
something.
window.
Exactly. Just wait for the good
Lightning bolt.
Nothing is struck.
Thank you.
So it's me day of birth. So we've decided to make this episode about everybody's favorite topic, which is aging. This week we're aging.
Graceful.
Not me though. I want to go backwards. I want more Bo. All the Bo.
If you go backwards, you do know the final result is back inside of your mom, but you are present of the insertion.
mentally aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
so it's
really
not
think
like-
about that. When people are like, "Oh, I'm go back, like back in the womb." Think about that,
It didn't happen like that to Benjamin Button. Did it?
because you'd have to think about going back inside your mom's vagina with your fully formed brain.
Here's one other thing I've discovered about aging. When I saw the Wicked movie and I just said Jeff Goldblum, I think that my tastes are changing
Okay.
because I saw Jeff Goldblum in Wicked and I was like, oh,
Did you never find Jeff Goldblum attractive?
never.
Not even in
The Fly? When he
Jurassic
was
Park?
No. He wore like, what were those transitions lenses through that
fine.
old movie? That's not a turn on. When a guy walks into a room from a sunny outdoor area and he goes from shades to regular glasses,
He's in the jungle. What do you want him to
there's
give him a
nothing
break?
sexy about a transition.
He's
lens.
wearing Armani in the jungle.
and like open shirt, full chest.
Again, he's in the jungle. So yeah, cut him some slack, Jack.
Why was he wearing a leather coat in hot, steamy? By the way, I watched Jurassic Park again the other day because I needed something to relax to. This is totally true. And I
I
was
do
like,
the same thing with Halloween.
I watched the Krampus the other day. Like I'm watching horror movies to sort of zen out. But Jurassic Park isn't a horror movie. It's just something comforting. It's like a big blockbuster. You know what's coming. We've been here before.
yeah.
So
Spared no expense.
spared no expense. And I forget how much I love that movie.
Sure.
I will always be here for Laura Dern going,
Dr. Grant.
always. And have we ever talked about, I was like, why does not one of those in the whole franchise deal with them getting a bank loan to even get another one of these banks? I mean, parks.
I feel like one of them does, but I could be
That would be the
sorely
most
mistaken.
amazing way to start. If they're going to keep with this franchise, like Jurassic Park 7 has to be just open on them.
The park
like,
actually never
Chase.
opens. They're just still in that small
paperwork.
room at Chase. We're just gonna have to, just one more minute. We just have another branch manager coming in.
Okay,
to
great.
review.
We can wait. We can wait. Do you need us to answer any more questions about?
We do have a question about the pterodactyl that rescued the woman, then drowned her, then rescued her, then drowned her, then ate her.
Yeah.
So hold on 1 minute. Do you want another cup of coffee? There's just like coffee cups all over the place.
Yeah, you know what? Well, wait. I mean, with the pterodactyl, it was visiting, so it wasn't ours.
Okay.
So we're not responsible. And we even have waivers when you first enter the park. Like, we're not responsible if you are eaten by a raptor
Sure.
or some sort of hybrid version that we've made. Also, wear appropriate footwear. We don't have people in heels running anymore.
Right. Okay.
And enjoy yourself at Margaritaville.
Okay. We're just about to close this branch, but if you want to sleep here tonight.
Okay,
so
well,
can
we've
finish
been
this.
here for like 2 weeks.
Right.
So
Right.
okay.
Right.
We'll finish it. Well, I'll just sleep in the
It's a
in
big
the
park.
vestibule.
It's a big investment.
It is, but we think it's worthwhile.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna need $5 trillion.
Okay. Well, we have these guys in the other room. They're looking to build something in the city with this marshmallow man. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you can talk to them, but we're still gonna be waiting here. That's
Okay.
cool.
Great.
All right. By the way, did you need any of my mortgage payments on my 1-bedroom house?
We got it.
Okay.
We
good.
got it.
Okay. Good. All right. Thanks. I love Jurassic Park. I'm way into Jeff Goldblum right now. It's a thing I'm having because that's what happens when you age, everybody. Your
Because now that
tastes
he's
change.
silver-haired, is that it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm into a silver fox. I don't know. Maybe this is the new era. Maybe this is me at 28. I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not here for aging people. I'm not featuring
For aging people or
aging. I
aging,
don't
comma,
like aging
people?
I don't like aging, comma, people. But we're going to discuss it today because we have issues with all of this stuff.
I'm
what were we
fine.
talking about right before we started with the hair? Aging and hair and testosterone and
Yeah.
I don't know. There's lots of pills that happen. Also, as you age, if you're a female, getting the ready for bed process. I don't know what this is for you, but like I have to start getting ready for bed at like 1 p.m. now.
What are you doing before you go to bed?
Well, there's trowels, there's spackles, there's drilling, there's sauces, there's gravies, there's juices and berries, and there's like a shaman that has to come in and
Are
pray
you having
over
Thanksgiving or are you going to bed?
Both.
Okay.
Whatever's going to get the job done. But the process is taking too long now. Like, remember when you were in your 20s and you'd be like out partying and you like, I was about to say fall asleep in your makeup.
Sometimes.
But I don't know. I don't know what happens with you.
Not in my 20s you
But
did.
like, wouldn't you just fall asleep in the position that you were in? And like, that was how you slept for the night?
I don't think that. I definitely went to bed. I
went to
don't
bed,
think
but,
I
like,
even
the
washed my
preparation-
face.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you never wash your
gross.
face. You're like,
No.
there were sometimes where this is gross, but I never brushed my teeth. I was like, I'm going
What?
to bed now. Like, in your early 20s,
Yeah.
you're partying, you're living your life.
I'm not like on the road with Guns N' Roses in my 20s.
Well, then you haven't lived.
True.
And Axl Rose looks like a British monarch.
That is also
Speaking
true.
of aging is never good on the rock stars. Isn't that the saddest part? That's the only time that I know that I am getting older. When you see the people that you loved as rock stars growing up.
Outcasts.
Is Belinda Carlisle still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. I'm sorry you were so offended by that. I'm holding space for Belinda Carlisle. But like, if
Circle
you
in the
see,
sand, yeah.
that's the only time that you're like, oh, I think I'm getting older.
Because Belinda Carlisle's getting older?
Like
she
I
was
saw
older.
Eddie Vedder and I was like, oh no, he doesn't look like I remember him in the movie Singles.
Because he cut his hair.
And he wears like a bucket hat now. He's getting quirky.
Oh, no.
But
not
like
that.
you don't have, it's because you don't think that you're getting older ever. And then you see your rock stars and you're like, oh, God.
Well, it's hard to maintain all that fucking hair. Am I right?
Touche. Valid. You mean for rock stars or just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Like their whole thing is like the hairband, their hair. And then they go and then they
But in general,
get the gay
it's
haircut
like,
and they all look weird.
if you're not Cher, you're aging.
That
Even
is true.
Madonna doesn't
That's
look
not
like
a good
Madonna,
example.
but that's not a good example. Like, think of who were the people that you loved? Like, when you were a teenager, who did you listen to?
Adult contemporary.
Oh, God, you're such an old woman. You Michael Bolton mother.
I didn't listen to Michael
Answer the
Bolton.
goddamn question.
What was considered adult contemporary?
Well, on some stations, like Whitney Houston was on VH1, she wasn't on MTV.
Okay.
So there's that. You know.
How will I know? Okay, so she's considered adult contemporary, not pop.
I don't know what they keep changing everything, so I don't know.
Who were the people that? So half the people that you listen to are actually dead now.
Mariah Carey is not dead. And I
Oh,
don't
geez,
appreciate
there's
the
one.
insinuation.
No, not at all. We're defrosting her right now. You can hear her sizzling.
She still looks sizzling.
Sizzling.
Still looks good. Who else did I listen to? I listened to a lot of John Mellencamp.
Oh my God. Okay.
Obviously, like I said before, the 10,000 Maniacs, a house that you don't want to go to for like any kind of party.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. This is a lot. I'm putting you on the spot. But you have to think about, like, I grew up, well, you're my elder.
Bette Midler, since I did go to that concert.
Oh.
In high
Bette's
school.
doing well, aging wise.
Yeah, I went to a
looks
Bette Midler concert in high school,
You are the biggest homosexual.
and somehow I made it through high school without anyone knowing that I did that.
That's upsetting. Or knowing that you were gay.
Both.
Wow.
I
Congratulations.
was very good at my game, I thought.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? Well, on that note, we have articles for you.
That is a terrible dance song for like your first dance with like your dad. You were the wind beneath my wings.
Oh, that's creepy. When did you dance with your father?
I didn't. He was dead.
Like a daddy-daughter dance? You talking
People do
about?
that, yeah.
Oh, no. I never, ever did that.
That or Unforgettable. People always dance to that.
Oh, God. Like for a first dance at a wedding?
Yeah,
Me and
Unforgettable.
my father danced to the Curly Shuffle. That tells you everything you need to know about me and my father.
Got it.
That's from the Three Stooges.
Speak no more.
Please, speak no more.
Just answer the goddamn question and read some articles.
All right, we have articles for you this week on aging. Patty, why don't you kick it off? Because I'm elderly.
Okay. Okay. This is from, pardon me, as my aging eyes.
Oh my God,
This is
look
from
at
the
you.
Great Falls Tribune, Great Falls, Montana, Sunday, May 21st, 1978. Aging swinger on his hands.
Ooh.
Dear Abby, my wife died 18 months ago, and this lady I'm interested in has been a widow for 3 years. We knew each other way back when. I'm 66, and this lady is 63. Before I renew our friendship, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Since her husband died, she's had several men staying with her, one at a time. Good side note.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
He'd like to ask you, Abby, a few questions.
Okay. Yes.
Since her husband died, she's had several men staying with her,
Okay.
one at a time, in her one-bedroom trailer.
Okay.
I've also heard that she has visited an old farmer at his farmhouse, just the two of them, for days at a time.
Okay.
Last week, she headed for Colorado with another old buddy in his camper truck. She said she planned to sleep in motels on the way, and he would sleep in the truck. She didn't say where they would sleep once they got to Colorado. Now, Abby, I don't want to marry a woman who's had a bad reputation. She's the talk of this town, but she is really a very high-class lady, and everybody likes her, apparently.
Okay.
What is your advice? Signed, Frank in Florida. Frank in Florida.
Oh, like Frankenfurter.
Right, but Frank in Florida.
Florida. Uh-huh.
Dear Frank, it seems almost a disservice to the community to take this aging swinger out of circulation.
Oh.
If needed, you could. But if you regard this woman as a high-class lady, any advice I give you would fall on deaf ears. And your vision isn't too good either. Abby.
take her out of commission.
Yeah.
Don't take that swinger off the market.
Right.
She's got a lot of bikes to ride
Yeah.
before the end of her days, and she's
Yeah.
in her
Everyone
60s
wants a
and
bite of
crushing
that
it.
sandwich, and you're just going to get
Okay.
crumbs. Yeah.
Go on, get it, girl. Get it. Farmers, Old
I
McDonald.
really like her, but she's staying with a bunch of men, one at
She's
a time.
One at a, exactly.
One
if
at
they
a
were,
time.
I mean, if there was like a,
She was running a gangbang out of her house every 5 minutes.
if she had one of those turnstiles in front of her door.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Take a number. The line forms to the left, boys. She has a deli counter in front of her door.
It's fine now serving. Oh, shit.
Oh, God, I'm 68. Oh, who's 69? Good for her. Go
Two
on,
guys
get
walk
it.
out. We were.
We're twins. Oh, the Winklevosses? Good to see.
I've never fucked my brother before, but that's what
But here we
69
are.
does.
That's what happens on the farm.
Anyway,
First of all, good for her hooking up with a farmer that's fresh dairy, fresh cheese.
she gets all the eggs she wants.
Your nightmare, my dream come true. I mean, if I could have access to a lot of cheese, I'd be like, hook it up.
No,
I'm not, give me a good charcuterie.
no.
You enter my charcuterie.
Well played.
Thank you. Touche. Good for her getting it. Good. Go. Get it. You're in your 60s.
I think if
Are you
it's a
going to be
problem
tied
for-
down at that point? It's a problem for
Well,
him,
maybe.
not for her.
I mean, apparently she'll do anything.
She'll
so
get
she
tied
might
down,
be
tied up. It's different.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could be tied up to the ceiling, tied down to a bed. I don't know. I don't know what she does.
It's like the rack.
Yes.
That's another reason why I know I'm getting older, because I saw like a History Channel thing on the rack.
Yes.
And I was like, God, that looks so relaxing. Oh, could you like imagine like somebody just stretching you out and being like, oh my God, my back feels great.
I don't know how that's sexually appealing, though.
Not sexually appealing.
Isn't it?
No.
I thought
it was
supposed to-
torture. It was a medieval torture device.
Oh.
It was kind of when they ripped people apart by their body parts, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Like they would.
Oh, I always thought it was in a BDSM thing. No?
I mean, I'm sure it can be.
I think you know
right
the
up
answer.
until you dislocate a shoulder.
This is so hot.
That was so loud.
I think I'm done. Stop sucking my dick. I need to go.
Stop. Wait, no, don't pull that. Don't pull that. Wait, make the poppy sound one more time. That's an amazing gift.
Just like,
Oh, I don't know why that's kind of relaxing, but I mean, my spine feels fantastic.
are those my balls?
Oh my God, I gained an inch of height, though. Lost an inch and gained an inch.
Right.
But
you win
yeah.
some, you lose some.
Literally. Wow. I say, do what you got to do. You're in your 60s. You're single now.
Well, they're not married.
They're not married.
So she can do whatever the fuck she wants. And anybody that she wants.
Do whoever you want, but go for the farmers.
Well, if he's this upset now, I mean,
He's done.
right.
Also, he went to Florida, which is the home of
Ariana Grande.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh Christ. Well, hopefully she'll land here. What's the gonorrhea grandmas? What's the name of that place? The Villages.
What?
You know about this? In the middle of Florida. I'll tell you a tale, Patty. Gather around. In Central Florida, there is a retirement community, which is apparently very large. So it's almost like its own town.
Okay.
And it is very much known for being a hub for swingers.
Okay.
This is where they're all at. They're in their retirement age.
Sure.
They just want to get it in.
Oh.
If they can get it up and get on with their lives.
Okay.
But they're all swinging. They're all
Everyone.
hooking up. Like
Okay.
it's just known for being like a big hookup spot.
Okay. Is it gay?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it is.
I don't know
but
why you had to make that face.
No,
No.
keep it away from me. Oh my God.
Gross.
I'm in queer media. And no, it's just like grandmas that are getting some play.
Yeah. Getting.
Oh my God. I'm already
Getting at
eyeballing
it.
it, being like, if I could just get myself a 1-bedroom down there, I would crush it.
But you know that everyone's apartment kind of looks the same. So it's just like
Yeah.
one sick.
I think
Pat
that's
after
more
the
why
next.
they're swingers. So everybody's apartment looks the same. Everybody's got dementia. So they don't
Oh.
even know who they're hooking up with.
Yeah.
It's less of a swinger community so much as I just walked into apartment 3B.
I just went into bed. I just fell on his dick.
Yeah. Thought he was my husband.
You
My
can't really
bad.
get mad at someone with dementia
Exactly.
for blowing somebody.
Oh my God, could you imagine if they've all been just claiming dementia this whole time?
I would. I'm going to do it now.
Hey, Marcus.
I am so sorry.
You know that guy who played Fiyero in Wicked?
You know the guy from the gym?
You know the guy I was running into on the treadmill?
Yeah. I don't know why I was sharing a treadmill, but
But he was
or why my
there.
pants were off.
I know.
Anyway,
He was
dementia.
inside me. Am I
When-
right, ladies?
Went to the doctor, and guess what I got? Dementia.
Who's got 2 thumbs and has dementia? I don't know. I don't know.
I've already told him. I said, as it starts slipping, we're going to have to figure this out.
What do you mean it?
If I get dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever, we're going to have to figure this out because I'm not going to be sitting here, face down in a drawer,
Wait.
like,
Was this a conversation that you had?
yes.
With
I'm like,
Marcus,
I
you had
certainly don't want to be like, I don't want to be tended to. I don't want to be wiped. I don't want to be hooked up to anything. My
I wouldn't mind
biggest
being
fear is
wiped.
if like I'm aware of it, but yet I can't speak it.
Oh, that's horrible. So like you're trapped
Yeah.
inside.
And I definitely want my hand so I can write notes like kill me. That's all just as long as I can spell that out. It's short. You can do it in one line.
Okay. If you do it correctly, as long as you spell it correctly.
Like in my mind I think I'm spelling it correctly, but they're like, "Oh, he just spelled milk."
He wants milk. Well, get him milk. He fucked that farmer. Get it.
I thought he was lactose intolerant the whole time. Now I'm just like my stomach is just inside out. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Then it becomes like a game of charades. Harvey milk.
Chocolate milk. Missing children on a milk carton.
Milk is good for your bones.
Milk it does the body good. Milkmate. Milk duds.
8 maids of milking. I promise you, if you get dementia, I will smother you.
Whatever you have to do.
You've heard it here today.
Thank you.
This is a conversation. This is a middle-aged conversation that you have when you're in a relationship, which is if one of us gets tappy, what does the other one do?
Taffy?
Tappy. Like,
Don't you bring that taffy back.
Don't you dare. Actually, if you bring me taffy, I'll stick around a little bit longer.
No pun
It's
intended.
real good. Literally, stick around.
Right.
The weird part is, as Jules is the elder, this has never been a conversation. Now I'm starting to think maybe we should talk about this.
Yeah, you should. I think it was because we were watching
Talk about what if you get dementia, I mean.
Right. I think we were watching The Bachelorette or something when everyone has lost their husband. I'm like,
Oh, the Golden Bachelorette then.
That's what I mean.
Okay. All right.
What did I say? The
Just
Bachelor.
regular Bachelorette.
Whatever.
That would be an amazing conversation in a hot tub.
Yeah.
You
What
just
turns you on? Well, I don't know what
Family
turns me
planning.
on, but I do know that if I have dementia, I want you to strangle me here in this hot tub.
We're in a hot tub, we're making out, and he's like, "What are your kinks?" And I'm like, "Estate planning."
It's like,
Oh.
can I steal you? Yes, please. She's talking about ending her own life. So what turns you on? I don't know what turns me on, but what will really save my life is if you smother me if I can't remember where my house is. Why is every woman consumed? Every young,
new one that
hot
comes in.
girl comes slinking into the hot tub with just like death on their mind.
26 years old is like, what's on your mind right now? And she's like, retirement and your 401k. And if we'll have enough to really sustain ourselves into our 90s because, life expectancy is getting longer. And
I'm just into like jersey knits and just like
something up to my neck that's
waterproof sheets.
I'm into slathering my face in some sort of moisturizers that make me look like I'm 45 and not 47.
Velcro shoes and in bed by 8:30.
I'm into soft foods like pudding. Tell me more. Do I get the rose? Is it
He's just drowned himself. The opposite has happened.
Frank?
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Speaking of drowning ourselves.
Speaking of Franks,
Speaking of Franks and
hiding my
stepping in
Frank
them,
in you.
it's time to forget that I have another article to do. What? Just answer the goddamn article. All right, mine it comes from the Tracy Press. Who is she?
Who's Tracy Press?
I don't know. She's in Tracy, California. This is from December 6th, 1974. That's 3 days. Well,
No, I got it.
this is before I was born.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. About a year ago, I wrote to you in the hope that you would get behind another extremely cruel disease. aging. You didn't print my letter because you probably thought I was some kind of nut. I do hope you'll print this one. We've all seen great writers, statesmen and scientists, as well as friends and relatives decay in mind and body. The tragic waste and misery caused by aging need no longer continue. Like other diseases that have plagued mankind for centuries, aging can be brought under control, but only when we stop accepting it as inevitable. Much has been learned in recent years about the biological nature of aging, but no effective attack has been launched because there is no massive effort. Please, Anne, could you get behind this campaign? Aging could join the list of such diseases as bubonic plague, TB, smallpox,
what?
and polio, which could all come back. We don't know.
They're on
Signed
the way.
H.J. of Chicago. Your
Hand
people.
job in Chicago.
No, it's too much. Too much pressure. You're going to rip the skin. Dear H.J., there is no doubt that the lifespan of humans can and will be lengthened. In fact, it's been happening right along. Oh, wait, this is Anne. Oh, my God. Dear H.J., there is no doubt that the lifespan of humans can and will be lengthened. In fact, it's been happening right along. But don't expect some new magical elixir to be developed that will keep people youthful ad infinitum. The real elixirs are based on A, what we inherit from our ancestors, and B, how we take care of ourselves. We see people all around us eating, drinking, smoking themselves to death. There's no way to keep these people alive, much less youthful. Aging is a disease. Okay.
I don't think it's really a disease.
It's not a
just-
disease, it's fucking inevitable.
Right?
It's happening. However, they did say, I looked up the average life expectancy for a friend.
Sure.
I'm fine. And they said, as I'm burping, 80 years old, which I don't think is accurate.
80
That
years
is
old
a
is what?
very low average age expectancy in life.
Well,
Right
yes,
now.
I think the age expectancy has dropped.
Oh, I thought it went back up. What did we do? I had heard 120. Am I?
We're going to live to 120?
I don't want to know what I look like at 120, but it should look something like this. Like just this.
You sure? What?
Okay.
You only have a head and hands?
Yeah. I'll be in a jar.
You're like Zombie from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Oh my God, yes, that could happen.
I don't want to live past this. Like, I don't want to. At some point, I want to stop going to the gym.
Oh, God.
Like enough will be enough. Nothing is sticking. I don't want to go through the charade.
But wait a minute. Now, this is the conversation we were having. So your doctor says you don't have to go to the gym anymore because of your age?
What?
Remember you said that? You was like, you need to stop going to the gym because you're of a certain age. It's like basically he just gave you an assignment to give up.
When did I say that?
You said that literally before we started recording.
I did not say
you
that.
You did. You remember he was like, we need to talk about your workouts because at a certain point, you're going to feel everything and nothing makes any difference.
Wow.
Remember? And I said, oh,
I
he
have
basically
dementia
was
now.
like, this is not, you have dementia. He was like, you're not,
I'm not
you're
working.
done.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like, you're out, you're done.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Like
yeah.
you're no longer physically attractive to
Thank you.
anybody, so you
No,
need
keep
to
saying
just
it.
give
There's
up.
probably a reason why I don't remember it, but thank you for the refresh because now I feel great. I feel awesome
He
right
said
now.
something about your workouts. Your workouts have
Clearly,
to
it's not
change
jogging
as
my
you- okay,
memory,
I need
and
to-
now I just really want to unalive myself.
Literally,
I don't
this
remember
is the
that.
conversation we had right before we
I
started.
don't. I'm sure my doctor has said my doctors are very blunt with me, so that could possibly have
Do
happened.
you go to a gay doctor?
Of course I do. What am I going to sit there and talk to like a straight? Have you ever been
Oh,
been a gay
yes.
man going to a straight doctor? Because it's kind of you talk in code, which I've already been talking in code now for decades,
Wait.
and now it's
What's the code for a gay man talking
no,
to a
it's
straight
just
doctor?
so you go to your straight doctor and you're a closeted homosexual and it's like, are you sexually active?
Oh no!
No, I'm not. Okay, well, are you trying to find the like? It goes into the whole girl talk, and then you can't ask the gay questions
Okay.
like about gay sex or can you check under the hood just in case? And of course, the doctor is 87, Ichabod Crane, Rip Van Winkle age, so nothing is. They don't know homosexual. What?
We never let those into our schools.
And then when you get a gay doctor, they're like, do you have fissures? Do you have hemorrhoids? Do you have this? Do you have that? All of a sudden, you're like, it's the opposite. You
What's
are
fissures?
no longer talking in code. You're talking about everything that possibly could be wrong with the homosexual.
I kind of want a gay doctor.
They're great.
What's a fissure?
It's a tear.
Oh, fissure.
Fissure. It's Fisher Stevens. Do you have Fisher Stevens taking up space inside your rectum?
Yes, I do. He hasn't worked since Short Circuit.
I was wondering what that singing was when I sat down.
So when I say trust the Gordon's fisherman, I mean, you can trust him.
I know.
Trust the Gordon's fisherman. That's a different song.
Different. Fisherman.
Wow. I want to go to a gay doctor.
You should. Most of my doctors are gay.
Because mine is very not. She's very brusque, but she's not ancient. I have a nice in between. I don't think I want like a Doogie Howser. I don't want a teenager doctor, but I don't want somebody who went to school with like Jesus. I need somewhere in between. Because I had a very, very old doctor who looked like a Norman Rockwell painting. He literally wore the disc on his head. He was an
That's
ENT.
really
He was also Bernadette Peters ENT, so I felt like I was in good hands.
Were you?
But all of his stuff was like run by
Maybe he was just
hamsters
wearing a
on
costume
wheels.
from one of her shows. He wasn't really a fucking doctor. He just wanted to check inside your
Were you
vagina.
in She Loves Me? Yeah. No, he was not a gyno. He was an ENT.
Sure.
If I walked in and a gyno was wearing a disc on her head, I'd be like, or his. First of all, I've never gone to a male gyno, ever. So I guess I understand.
Right.
Your GP has to be...
He has
the
to know
GP,
what I'm doing.
The G has to be gay.
Yeah. He has to know what I'm doing.
He has to know what you're doing with
Because
your
also, like,
car when you
like
get
some
it
guys
off.
are kind of like, some guys don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about their testosterone count. They don't give a shit about what they look like or anything else. And then you go to a gay doctor and they're like, you care about all these things. I care about these for you. I care about them for myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's specific.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what's happening with a chick. At least mine. My doctor is so...
Then maybe you need a different doctor.
She's pretty-
She doesn't give a shit.
Well, the gyno's different. The gyno asks... Remember we talked about this last week where I was like, my gyno keeps asking me about, like, my
The
business.
Barbie parts that are
No.
stuck inside of you.
She's like, what have you been eating? Answer the goddamn question.
There's a tiny plastic purse in here with matching
God,
shoes.
is that a green pump? Oh my God.
But the other one is the my GP, who's like, GPs are kind of pointless in general. You just feel like you have to go to them. They weigh you. They take your blood pressure. I do say, because of thanks to the body dysmorphia, when I go to get weighed at the doctor, I turn away from the scale and I tell her not to tell me what it is. But I don't tell her, I tell her nurse, because the nurses do everything,
Okay.
you know? And then, but I say to the nurse, I'm like, don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me about the weight. Just take it. Just do all your stats and whatever. Like, I don't need to know anything. I'm just here for your numbers.
Okay.
And then, of course, my very brusque GP comes in, sits down, and she was like, oh, you lost 10 pounds. You're back to where you were. And I was like, I gained 10 pounds. And she
But you're
doesn't
not happy that
understand.
you're back to where you were.
I-
It's a backhanded thing.
It is.
So just take the gift.
Okay, take the... But also, it is a group effort now.
What is?
You go to a doctor's office, and 5 other people... I don't know if this happens at your gay doctor. Maybe they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting up bleachers in there. It's not, you can't just fly solo in the doctor's office. Somebody, like, they bring a nurse in. Like, they have companionship now. So, like, basically, it's
I
like,
have a
we need
different
another.
doctor.
You have a very different doctor. He wants to be alone with you. There's a lot of sets of eyes on you
Okay.
because I think it's like, you know, enough bad seeds, enough bad doctors are like, and then I touched her while she was unconscious. And now all of a sudden, all the interns are in the room with you.
What are you in, like in Patch Adams or something? Why is there everyone investigating you?
People need to, yes.
Like, why is
I'm a Jimmy Fund candidate.
Yeah, you're like in like Grey's Anatomy with all the interns.
Exactly. That's what's happening.
She's got gonorrhea. I do not. Have it.
anymore. Like, I went to the podiatrist, and he had to have a nurse in there with him the whole time. It's like checks and balances. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong people.
Wait, are you seeing guy doctors and they need someone in there to make sure that the guy doctor's not taking advantage of you? Is that it?
Maybe.
That's probably it.
That makes me feel so attractive.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
just saying. If you want to come to my next
I
appointment,
don't. I don't want to see that.
Everybody's invited.
I don't want to see your feet. I don't want to see your vagina.
I want you to come into the gyno's office and go like, "Hey, man, eyes down there."
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
As he's blowing me. Yeah.
Welcome. Well, we've been holding space. Don't touch the fingertip. You can touch the finger. I am extending my finger so that you can hold it on the outsides. Yeah, that's how you touch a lady. All right. Is it time to call my mother because it's my birthday episode?
And now it's time for the mom report. It's time to call me and see what the weather is like where I'm standing. Patty, make the dee noise.
You heard her. Do it.
Bossy.
Look, here's the thing. It's time to call my mother. It's time to call my mother, not only find out what the weather is like where she's standing, but also if she's awake. Because I forgot to tell her that we were doing this today. And it is currently 8:15 p.m., which means that she has been unconscious for probably 3 hours now. So this should be fun, because what happens when you age is that you sleep more. And that is a lovely... Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
Hello?
I like that when she answered, all we heard was...
Just answer the goddamn phone.
Hi.
Oh! I forgot. Oh, my God.
That was the loudest.
I am so sorry.
We literally had to
forgot.
turn her down. No, I forgot to remind you.
Okay, well,
Look,
all right.
we're
so
all
both
forgetting.
guilty.
We're all forgetting
I
because
thought you
we're
were calling
aging.
about something else.
Like what?
Oh, nothing.
Are you okay? Are you
I'm
crying?
fine.
Do you
I'm
need me
fine.
to pick you up? Do you need me to pick you up at the mall? Because I'll do it.
Oh, good God. I am so tired. I've been making stuffing all afternoon. Cut,
All afternoon?
All afternoon.
Well, it's like really labor intensive. You have to cook this and that, and you have to, there's a lot of like arms involved. It's
Arms?
heavy, and there's like, it's a big pot, and
What are you
you're
at
trying
Jeffrey
to
Dahmer's
stir it all
house? What are you doing
together.
this arm?
Did she say that she had... Oh, I heard arms, like...
Arms,
oh,
A-R-M-S. I'm getting weak in my old age, and
you
so
were
like
right.
my
course
muscles
I
hurt
was.
now.
I'm getting weak in my old age. Isn't this apropos? Because the theme this week is aging.
Oh, well, lucky me. What can I answer for you?
Loop-de-doo!
Well, whoopity!
Come on down.
I'm
La-da-da.
500 years old. Look, here's the thing.
I forgot you were going to call me tonight. Your father and I just sitting watching The Good Wife.
Huh?
That's such a good show.
This is the whole relationship now.
What?
Yes,
That's all
yes.
they do.
Watched.
And
Yes.
yes, that's it. They watch TV
Pick
and then
out
they
what
talk
we're
to
going to watch for
everybody
the evening.
about
Yes.
what they're watching.
With
That's all
Juliana
they do.
Margulies? Is that the good wife?
Yes,
She loves
yes,
it.
she's really good. I like her.
Just FYI,
Yeah.
my mother
Never
has
seen
watched The Good Wife, the whole series, twice all the way through. She's
Never
now
saw
on
it.
her third round of this. This is getting absurd. There's plenty of good programming out right now, but she wants to
I know,
commit to
there
what
is
she knows.
actually. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
But that's good because it like gives me something to do.
She could do it.
at night.
When I talk to her and I say, "Oh, could you do XYZ?" She's like, I don't have the time. I don't have the
Now
time.
you know why.
I'm
Yeah.
saying,
She's
oh,
hanging out with Juliana Margulies.
apparently. So we're talking about aging this week because it is my birthday episode. Because I am 1 year older. And
Oh my God.
how
I
does
know.
that make you feel?
Not too good.
Good. Oh, good.
Because when Alan is going to be like 51.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never thought I'd
By
be
the way-
alive when I had a 51-year-old kid.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
You just gave away.
Well, you don't have to be.
We could unalive you really easily.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yes.
take much. We just
Well,
take.
if you're doing stuffing all day, you're almost there.
Does somebody unalive my arm?
That's my
please?
workout.
Well, first of all, thank you for
Shelley
reminding me.
Duvall.
Me and my brother have the same birthday, and I forget that.
Yes, yes.
We,
Yeah,
we have the same
same
birthday. It's multiple years apart.
Sure.
Multiple.
Uh-huh.
So Obviously, someone likes
Yeah,
a
that's-
certain month.
Stop it! Stop
You know
it!
what I'm saying?
Listen, can you just share one fabulous story about the day that I arrived on this planet?
Which is also the same day that your son arrived on this planet.
Multiple
3 years
years
earlier.
later.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
still the same joyous month at the beginning.
Yeah.
If you
Wait,
know what
who
I'm
was
saying.
later?
Oh.
Who was early?
I don't remember.
Well, your
one was
mom
late,
was
one
late
was
for
early,
sure.
and they ended up
You know
coming
what
on the same day.
Every March.
But the day that you were born, if that's what you're looking for, I was like, I was like nervous, but I said, I'm going to calm down. And so I just relaxed. And when we got to the hospital, you were born in like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't have
I
time.
almost relaxed myself into having a baby in the car.
And you
So-
haven't relaxed a day since.
She's keeping
I
the other
know.
baby in.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what you've got in you, but it's not coming out anytime soon.
I know. That was so
41-year-old.
weird. It was just so fast. I'm telling you. And then when I went, because like when I had Ellen, I kind of like had a postpartum thing. So I was afraid that might happen this time around. But this time around, I didn't. I danced with you all the time, and I just put like music on, and we were dancing, and I said,
What did you listen
I
to?
was eating, just like nice mood music, and if she was fussy, she liked
She
to
was
be
grooming
rocked.
you.
Was it
rocked
adult
with,
contemporary?
She was grooming you. Was it Anita Baker? Were you giving her the best that she's got?
On births like
This is
this.
easy listening, I guess you'd call it.
Oh,
But,
smooth jazz.
Yeah, smooth music.
W-N-U-A.
So maybe that's why she kind of she's a good dancer today because of me. There you go.
Who's the good dancer?
I am.
Who
Erin.
is?
Oh,
She's
I
a very
am.
good dancer.
Okay.
I can put
Yes.
my leg over my head.
Oh,
Ask
Oh,
the
well,
Rockettes.
ask Jim.
Ah. He's too busy seeing
Yeah.
Wicked.
So
Well, are you glad? Are you glad that you have me?
You can be
Absolutely.
honest. Just because
We have
been-
it's her
This is a safe space.
podcast doesn't mean you have to
You don't have
talk
to. Yeah.
her up.
No, just tell me the truth.
no. I was like, actually, you know how in those days they didn't even know whether you were having a girl or boy. They could listen to the heartbeat and they say, "Oh, it's going to be an 8.5-pound boy,"
And it
that's
was.
what they told me.
Now look at that smile. She's breached.
And
Oh,
here-
look at that butt.
Here's your ginger boy. She's still here.
Yes.
And still
and
8.5
red
pounds.
hair,
I'm a
too,
ginger
right
boy.
from
Right from the start.
I was a ginger
Right
from
from the
start.
can.
Yes.
Yes, you were. And oh my God, we brought you home. I'm thinking, who's got red hair?
That's not ours.
We were looking into the background of the family because nobody here has it. I said, "Oh, wait a minute. No,
The
it
mailman
turns out
does.
that I think your grandfather had on your father's side, and there were a couple of redheads on the McGuire side, but not. No, I think I had a redheaded cousin, so I don't know. Maybe that's what happens. It was just
I don't know where we
the
are.
luck of the draw. Yeah. So that when you were 6, I bought you a redheaded Cabbage Patch doll.
Where are we?
Best part is I'm holding space.
What?
I'm holding space for this. This is amazing information. I want to thank you so much for sharing this with the podcast people.
I'm sorry. That's kind of a boring story, I know. I know.
No.
It's the story of me. There's nothing boring about that.
Sure.
It's the
Give
story
the
of
people
me.
what they came here for. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Absolutely. Oh, my
My
God.
grandfather was a redhead.
It's exciting.
It is. It is
He's
very
supposed to be a
exciting.
Except
While
he was
we're-
all white by the time you knew him.
Oh.
Yeah, your
She didn't-
grandfather had
she
white
didn't
hair.
check
but-
everywhere. She
No
didn't check the drapes.
confirmation on that,
or
everybody.
the
No
carpet.
confirmation. Before we leave you, would you like to give us a potential, what are we looking at for December weather?
December weather. Never mind December weather. There's a big storm coming for the day after Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be probably rain in your neck of the woods, but up in north and upstate of everything, they're going to get hammered.
Well, we're getting hammered right now. And for those of you listening at home,
In a
yes,
different
we're
way.
recording this before Thanksgiving. So the bloom is off the rose. Surprise, surprise, everybody.
The hemorrhoid is off
okay.
the butt.
I hope
That's
you all
right,
got
that's right.
hammered.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see whether this actually materializes. But should be fun.
We'll see about that.
Well, belated Thanksgiving happiness to everybody.
Oh.
Except it's.
Oh.
I'm confused. It's. This is after Thanksgiving.
We have
But
already
it's
overwhelmed my
not
mother.
really after.
You know what? We're going to release you back into the stratosphere. Go and make 50 more pounds of stuffing and some cranberry sauce and work out those arms, will you?
I sure will. And you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Or is that?
That's already passed. It's already.
I know.
you know what?
You're right. That's what's confusing me. Okay. Wonderful. It was great talking to you two. And Jim.
Bye.
Okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know where we went.
I don't even know. I feel like I'm having I feel like I'm in queer media, and I've seen it on a couple of posts, and it's after
Do you have
Thanksgiving.
the car running in the garage?
And I don't know. I smell gas, but you know what? I think we just need to keep on going with Instagram mail. What is
someone playing Eye of the Tiger?
I just. I don't know, but I don't feel right. So I think that we can just. I've been blinking one eye for like the past hour and a half. I have shit in my eye.
I don't know what she said.
It's time, everybody.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Time
For
Instagram mail.
Instagram mail.
Everyone's
Instagram mail. I
confused.
don't know who.
I don't know where I am anymore, but I feel hot.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving.
feel
No,
like
it's
I'm in
Christmas.
and out
No,
of-
it's Thanksgiving Christmas. It's
Almost like
Christmas.
somebody kept me in
It's
like a little
Christmas
box
giving.
for a little
It's
bit, and then
giving.
they open it up, and then
It's giving Christmas.
it's Instagram mail. It's giving Instagram mail. That's right. It's Instagram mail time, everybody. You can email us, dearpodofficial@gmail.com, or slide into our DMs at dearpodofficial on Instagram and send us an advice question if you would like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, the smell. If you would like us to answer any advice questions that you may have, God damn it.
We're not qualified.
Answer the question. Just answer it. We're not qualified, but go ahead. Just send us some goddamn Instagram mail.
I don't know if I can listen to that.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it anymore. Do you
hope
hear
not.
how many like decibels it is over? Like I can literally feel my throat lift. It's lifting. All right, lift us
It's giving
into
lifting.
the Instagram mail question, if you would.
Dear Pod, how can you tell if your doctor is trying to pull some funny stuff with you at a physical? It seems like every year there's a new test or a new way of checking to see if all body parts are working properly. I love a clean bill of health, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it seems like my doctor is overstaying his welcome, if you catch my drift. Maybe I've seen too many documentaries, or maybe I'm too prudish. But how can I tell the difference between medicine and "can I help you?"
Nah.
Signed, Dr. Peeper. Dear Dr. Peeper, isn't it a shame that we have to second guess all of our supposed tried and true service providers? Morticians, priests, doctors, baby oil attendants at P. Diddy's house? Take a lesson from me. If your gut is trying to tell you something, listen, particularly before you have any sedative that kicks in. I knew that Jell-O pudding pop tasted weird at Dr. Huxtable's office. My advice to you is to poke around and ask other patients if they think things are a little unorthodox. But honestly, what are we talking about? Like lingering too long with his fingers, or slipping in a second hand and clapping the tune of the Republic during a rectal exam?
Oh.
The old turn and cough, but, well, it happens to be inside your mouth? Or an eye exam, but you're completely naked? Him, not you. I'm going to need some context, but like I said to the chef at Kadoma Sushi, something doesn't smell right here. If you feel weird, then either you don't like to be touched, or he's the doctor from the documentary Athlete A. Get to the bottom of this and quickly, before he gets to your bottom and comes quickly.
Oh.
Happy.
So many things that you said in there that I'm going to put a pin in and come back to. Mostly Kodama Sushi, that really just set me off. You know my famous story.
Yes.
Is Kodama Sushi. It's literally
R.I.P.
Now I need to see a proctologist, because now I'm
No
uncomfortable.
longer
I'm
in
literally
existence.
shifting in my chair right now. I'm just so upsetting. Okay. And it's funny
And I
that you
thought it
said-
was harmless.
I know. It wasn't. It's not. It's a trigger. It's like touching the tip of my finger.
It won't do it.
Never touch the tips of my fingers, anybody.
Or
if
give
you
you
know me,
or give you Kodama.
or give me Kodama Sushi. I just have, but you can't anymore because they're closed. And I swear to God, I danced on their grave when that.
I will
restaurant
find the
closed.
chef.
I will.
and I will serve you it.
Look, just know that they
No,
got
no,
an
no, it's
earful.
fine.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And it's also funny that you said the thing about the Huxtables because it comes, of course, we're in the same.
Because there's
brain.
nothing wrong with having your office in your house.
And but that's how doctors did it.
Who did? Dr.
Dr.
Hux.
Feely.
That's Mr. McFeely.
No, my pediatrician.
Oh.
There were two pediatricians in my town, Dr. Feely and Dr. Now. Now Feely. Feely
Are you
now.
here for Feely or now? Well, now, but Feely.
Both.
You feel this now, bitch.
Where do I sign? Oh my God. Literally.
Dr.
They
Feely and
had a
Dr.
house.
Now.
Dr. Feely and Dr. Now. These were our two pediatrician options. That was it.
In their
my
house.
Town. It was almost like I grew up in the 50s. It was a Norman Rockwell thing. But it was a house. It was a big house. And it was their house. And also I went to Dr. Gregory and she performed. I don't know what you said.
Like at kids'
What did
parties?
Yes. It was like balloon animals and rectal exams. And she was also
did a lot
in
of
her
Peggy
house.
Lee impersonations, but
It was weird, but there was one point where it's like I was in her lobby and she opened up the door. There was like a different door in her lobby and it was to her living room. And like I saw her living room through. Imagine going to your doctor today.
I would not go to my doctor if it was in his
A house. And that was how it was done.
No.
And
When,
Dr.
Erin?
Apparently in 1890, in
I
our
guess.
town, doctors performed surgeries in their own bedrooms.
What were you like in? Like if these walls could talk too?
I don't know. It was just like in the town that I grew up in, there were three doctors total. Dr. Feely, Dr.
Feely
Now,
good. Feely now and her.
Gregory, and Gregory was a nightmare.
I guess.
She was terrifying. But she had this little house, and you would go to this house, and she had her practice right here.
I don't know what
But
that
then
means.
it was like it's
Like
the front
on
of
the side of a
house.
hot dog, like beans
It was
on the
almost
side
like
of a hot dog,
if Jules decided to open up a medical practice in this room.
right?
And every day he had breakfast and then he came downstairs and people came in through a garage or that door.
Yeah.
And this is where they had their rectal exams or whatever. And then
No.
like you sent them on their way. And that was what was happening. Also, pediatrician named Dr. Feely.
That's a bit. I mean,
It's either that like a funk soul singer. I'm Dr. Feely.
no.
you
I think there
imagine?
has to be some like graduation. Like you're going to have to change this, right?
Oh no. Yeah, exactly. And now also like they went into a practice together and
Wait, what?
so it was,
Dr. Feely and Dr. Now?
and you know Dr. Now was like, put my name second. No, that's worse. Feely Now. Now Feely.
Now Feely. Either way doesn't work. Why don't you do them?
Should we have separate signs?
Yes, absolutely.
But Now Feely. Feely Now. Pediatrician.
Like they're two
or
different.
No
like,
Feely.
no, yeah, that was like the chiropractor.
That would have been better.
Dr. No, who's in the same office as Feely. So no Feely.
Is that true? Is there a chiropractor?
I don't know. I wasn't your doctor.
Oh, I say. Let me answer the question. Dear Peep, where are you going and can I get a referral? Who are you going to, Dr. Huxtable? Or is it Dr. Cosby? If the show is about the Huxtables, why is it called The Cosby Show? But back to
Exactly.
you and your kinky doc who puts the P in GP. It is true that with every passing year, there's some new scientific advancement to help us live longer. Though why anyone would want to live to be over 100 years is beyond me. Parking is such a nightmare now. I can't imagine what it'll be like when we have flying cars. Gotta run on double parked outside a 5th floor window. I'm pretty sure this is why Elon wants to colonize Mars. Better parking lots, but I digress. No doubt, every new strain of some new turbo cancer comes with a whole host of new preventative procedures. I'm sure no one thought to look up someone's ass before some guy named Carl keeled over at a birthday party. All it takes is one person to force all people to have their ass scoped. That being said, if you are uncomfortable, you have the right to say, "Hey, mister, I know I'm not the one with the fancy degrees from Bridgewater State on the walls, but if you're going to stare into my urethra, I'd prefer a nurse be present." Thanks to our litigious society, they must oblige. All doctor's visits are now a multi-person affair, a group field trip for practitioners. Christ, the last time I had a pap smear, I'm surprised they didn't set up bleachers. But I'd rather have an audience of 10 watching my pelvic exam than a creeper disguised as a medical professional getting off on my proctology exam. You tell me if it's weird that my doctor said you got an ass that won't quit. Long and the short, there are enough sociopaths out there that make checks and balances a necessity. They're in place to protect you, so use them. Unless turning and coughing is your kink, in which case I say have at it. And hope your insurance doesn't catch up on the fact that you've been going to the doc every third day. Still in all, a copay is cheaper than Hinge. Am I right, ladies? Good luck, you speculum-loving son of a bitch, and happy health care. And...
So I think they called it the Cosby Show because Bill Cosby was the name. But it is very confusing because they don't reference Cosby at all.
Why didn't they just call the family the Cosbys?
I don't know. I wasn't part of that.
You should have been
focus
like
group.
with Marcy Carsey.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, Marcy Carsey, what up?
That's a good
I understand that that's
He
a
could have
good
been
argument.
Dr. Cos.
Yes.
He would have been then Dr. Oz would have been like, hey, I'm Dr. You're Dr. Cos, I'm Dr. Oz.
But also,
no, that won't
where
work.
the fuck did Huxtable come from?
The writing room. That's where it came
and
from.
that's the weird part, is that there was a group of people who were like, well, we can't use Cosby.
I don't know why someone wasn't saying, well.
Somebody was like, Johnson, Jones, Huxtable.
Great.
Everybody knows it.
Heathcliff Huxtable, H.H.
It's a classic name. Huxtable.
Cliff.
Huxtable.
Heathcliff Huxtable,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Cliff.
Yeah. Oh, Cliff. That's right. Cliff. You know, it's weird.
Cliff and Claire.
Is it time to go back and watch some of those episodes again?
Good luck finding it. I think that they're all off the
they've
air.
scrubbed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's rough trade.
I have to be honest. I wasn't the biggest Cosby fan. Like, I liked the show. I didn't really care for him. I liked when Claire came on.
Really?
Claire Huxtable.
Well,
'Cause there's
Felicia
no-
Rashad is having a moment right now on Twitter. And she was trending on Twitter, and I opened it up, and I was like, I swear to God, if you tell me Felicia Rashad is dead, I won't be able to handle it. But she just did a Tiny Desk concert, everybody, and that's why she was trending. She was on NPR.
Well, she was trending for defending him. Remember when she was bad trending?
Yeah, how did that go?
Well, now she's trending well, so I
I
guess
don't
that's
know.
good.
Everybody trends at different times.
There must be a reason why Lisa Bonet left the show twice.
Can you
Just
imagine knowing that?
I
But
mean,
Felicia Rashad, she's so...
unless
you
she
know,
just really didn't know.
we were talking about this. I'm sure she was gunning for Madame Morrible. She was like, you need me. I
we
hold
don't-
space for this musical.
We're like, the musical is already too long. We can't put...
It is. I think that's our sign that we should do a specialty cocktail drink, eh? Do we have any notes for this, sir? There's no notes on my
Okay.
table. It's
Time
for
specialty cocktail, specialty notes. We don't know what we're drinking tonight.
She's on Twitter.
Hey, Dr.
and she's trending,
Cosby
and
or
we're
Dr.
having a good
Huxtable,
time.
I don't seem to
And my
understand
ass
who the
is
fuck this
partially numb
is or
because
why I'm
that's
in
what
your
happens
house and I
when
passed out in your
you
yard trying to go home. I can't. Why
I just
isn't
wanted
Mrs.
to go to
Huxtable
the house
helping
to
me?
get a
I
gynecological
don't know.
exam.
I'm here for
Didn't
Lisa.
help that he was in obstetrics too. Ooh, isn't that creepy? There's so much because I haven't gone back and never watched a single episode
Didn't
since
put that
everything
together
happened.
either.
But he dealt with
No, why don't we take
a
this exam upstairs? And
gynecologist.
upstairs is my bedroom.
That makes my skin crawl even more, but I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine, everybody. You know who else will be fine? Us in a hot second when we try this specialty cocktail. This week's specialty cocktail. What is he trying to do to me with my aging eyes? This week's cocktail is the Negroni Sbagliato.
Spagliato!
Sbagliato!
Hey!
Nothing. What's Sbagliato with you? And here's what Jules has to say. While we celebrate the redhead, please remember
Lucille.
why we come together during this season. In
Deborah
16
Messing.
Son of a bitch. In 16 days, we celebrate the birth of a man who is
Stephanie
more
Powers.
Not a redhead. She was not. She was auburn, much more brown. We celebrate the birth of a man who is more than a saint. Welcome
Julia
to December. I hate you so much. And the month-long celebration of James Jules Ferris. You son of a bitch. Do you know that? I tell you that because it's his birthday in 2 weeks, and he wants to make the whole month about him. And
Lindsay
he can't
Lohan.
do that. He has to make space. I'm making him holding space for other. You're desperately scrubbing your brain right now for redheads. Ed Sheeran. I got one. Anybody who was in Braveheart. Any extra in
Never
Braveheart.
saw it.
Well, you need
Never
to see
saw it.
Gladiator 2, Electric Boogaloo. For this, you will need 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, and 1 ounce of Prosecco or other sparkling wine. Here's what you're going to want to do with all the ingredients is you add Campari, vermouth into a mixing glass, add ice, stir, strain into a rocks glass over ice, or serve up in a champagne flute without ice. Without ice.
Ice.
Here is the tasting notes. Nice. If you ask Erin, you should be celebrating her every day.
Oh, God.
I just want to know I just want everybody to state for the record, I just had to do some grammatical correction on that because it is misspelled.
Okay, can you just
And it's
start
hilarious.
over again, please, and read it?
Tasting notes. Okay. Here are the tasting notes. If you ask Erin, you should be celebrating her every day. And why shouldn't you? If you are craving a laugh from a redhead, you have over 4 years of Dear Pod content on Apple Podcasts, or check her out on her webpage at erinmaguire.com. Oh, I like this.
Wow, plug.
Have a daily laugh with her on Instagram at Erin Maguire Official. What I'm saying is she's a classic, but she is her own take on a classic, and that makes her unique. Oh my God, it's like a love letter.
Stop this.
Our offering today is a spritzy take on a classic that is going to make the birthday girl very happy. This is the Negroni Sbagliato.
It's a baleado.
It's the classic Negroni recipe with Prosecco in place of gin. And what does that mean for our very paranoid hosts? It's a lighter version that makes anyone with a mirror and a camera feel a little bit better going on air. Now let's raise our glasses, and toast our hostess with the mostest as she makes another trip around the sun, attends 104 classes at Orange Theory, pedals 96 classes on Peloton, and makes endless year-long duck faces while curling, squatting, and stretching with the Tracy Anderson workout. A very happy birthday to you. I thank you for that. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. You found champagne flutes. Cheers.
Happy birthday.
I'm holding space for all of you. Ooh, it ends bitter just like me.
Yes, she'll die a bitter death.
Starts sweet, ends bitter. This is my drink.
I like that, Jim.
Thank you.
Or I like that, Jim.
I like that, Jim, because
like
he
that,
made this
Jim.
beverage.
I like that, Jim.
I like that, comma, Jim.
I like that, Jim.
Temple Jim. This is fantastic.
Temple. Grandin.
He's like, when are they going to make a different joke that they haven't been making for the past 4 years?
I don't
But
know.
here's the thing. You
I've
can't
got
predict.
dementia.
I've got... Look, we're
One
aged
day
now.
that might happen.
Let me tell you something. I enjoy this for multiple reasons. A, because it is in champagne flutes that were given to me by my friend Stacy, who these were her wedding champagne flutes. And I don't know, she's been married a couple times.
I don't think we should
I
be
don't know
drinking.
why she gave me her wedding champagne flute.
Cut to us,
That
we're
was
both
sweet
divorced
gifted?
next.
I like that.
We're both divorced as when this comes out.
Yeah, but it's delicious. We're divorced in a delicious way.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Look, and it looks like me. It's
Oh,
red. And
after
it's
the doctor. You're correct.
It's red. It's bubbly. It's filled with blood.
Wow.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Dr. Huxtable, something's not right. It's fine. Put it in the glass.
Cheers, everybody, to a happy birthday episode to Claire Huxtable, wherever she is.
She's on Twitter.
This episode of Dear Pod is mixed and edited by Jim Ferris and is a property of Pineapple Ranch Productions.